Hey, you guys. How is everyone? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I believe it is a little late there where you are. And so I just wanted to say thank you so much for waiting up for me. I am super excited to be on with you guys and just be able to share some things that's helped me in my journey. Thank you, big, huge thank you to Tam for inviting me to have this time with you guys. I think it's a big honor and I am just super thrilled. So I would love to know a little bit more about you guys. Tell me if you're watching, even if you're watching the replay, I'd love to know who I'm talking to. So tell me a little bit about yourself. I'd love to know your title and I'd love to know where you're from because I am over here in the USA. And so I just think it'd be really cute. I even told my little boy, I'm like, I'm going to get to talk to some friends from far, far away. And so I think it'd be really cool if he knew exactly how far away you guys were. So I'll tell you a little bit about me while you are telling me a little bit about you. Okay. So my name is Laura Godwin. I am a Superstar Director from Georgia, the state of Georgia, here in the US. And I will tell you a little bit about me personally, and then we'll give you a little bit of an idea of who I am professionally. Personally, I am a wife of 15 years to who I call Big Handsome. And mom to Luke. He is Little Handsome, and he is 12. He's going to be 13 in a couple of weeks. I feel really old. Anyway, I've been married for 15 years and been mama for 12. We live in the deep south. It's hot pretty much all year round. Anyway, I homeschool, and I was able to quit my full-time job because of Cincy. And so I've been working full-time Cincy for 7, 8 years. Yay. And now my husband works full-time with me. So it's been such a fun journey to watch Cincy transform our lives and our future. And it's just been such a ride. Anyway, my little boy is a golfer. So when we're not homeschooling, we're probably on a golf course somewhere. And oh gosh, I'm a fur mama of rescues. So Gus is our miniature schnauzer. He's a rescue. And Lulu is a black lab outside, and she is a rescue as well. And yeah, so hobbies, I don't really have a lot of hobbies. I actually just started working out a couple of years ago just to have something to do with my husband because he's like a super athlete type person. And my motto in life has always been never sweat on purpose. Anybody connect with that? Okay. So a couple of years ago, I was like, you know what? He's come into my Cincy world a whole bunch. So maybe I should do something that would really be fun for us to do together. And so I decided to, after never having played a sport in my life, I decided to take up CrossFit. What was I thinking? Do you guys have CrossFit there? I think so, huh? Anyway, it's pretty much death, like whatever kind of athletic program or exercise you're thinking of, CrossFit is pretty much the equivalent to death. But it's been fun to do that with him. And so I do that. But I have to say, my favorite hobby of all time is taking naps. Because, I don't relax well. I'm always go, go, go. And so if I just really want to give myself an hour of just crawling in bed and taking a nap, then that's a good day, right? Okay. So a little bit about me professionally. I'm a Superstar Director. I hit Director in 6 months and Superstar Director a year later. But I didn't join with all of that in mind. I joined just because the kit looked like a really good deal. A really good deal. I had been a customer for 4 months. And I just decided, man, the next time my consultant asked me to join, I'm going to just say yes. I'm not a salesman. In fact, I'm really not a salesman. Whatever I think is all over my face. And so I've always been one of those people that couldn't even tell jokes. And so in my mind, to be a good salesman, you got to freaking lie. And so I just thought in my heart, there's no way on earth I can be a seller for anything because If I don't like it, then I'm not going to be able to, I'm just brutally honest, and I'm just not going to be able to push something that I don't like. But what I found was that I love Scentsy, and there wasn't any part of Scentsy that I didn't like. Yeah, some of the scents weren't my favorite, but I still believed in it. And to this day, I still believe it. In fact, I think I'm more in love with my Scentsy journey now than I was in 2009 when I joined, okay? So I've been in Scentsy for 10 and a half, gosh, almost 11 years, coming up on 11 years, super fun. I have 31 directors underneath me, and I have a global empire, I love to say, because my team is amazing. My group is amazing, and I wouldn't be where I am today without them. They push me and drive me and inspire me to be better and to do more, and to just, they just make me want to be more for them. Does that make sense? Like, I have to stay on my A game because I want to stay ahead of them and just inspire them. And so, yeah, gosh, I got Shining Star in 2016. That was a really fun treat. Oh my gosh, didn't see that coming. So I've earned every annual incentive trip since I started Scentsy. Once again, no credit to me. That is just, I've earned these achievements on the wings of so many others, right? So many amazing customers, hostesses, and team members that just blow my mind every single day. I really feel uncomfortable talking about myself. So you guys in favor of just skipping to the growth ideas and training? Okay, me too. Give me some comments if I'm speaking too fast, because I know that I've got some major accent going on, and I don't want to make this a challenge for you guys to understand me. So give me some comments if you want me to slow down just a little bit, and I'm okay with that. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's so fun to see where you guys are from, and you guys are rock stars. Oh my gosh. And I just have to say that I'm so freaking proud of you guys for being on this and being in a group like this. That tells me so much about you. Because you know what? You got to show up to go up. And so I'm sure you've heard that before. Okay. So you can understand me. Good. Okay, good. So, today I want to talk to you about growth. And I think that growth is one of those things where we sometimes underappreciate growth because it's hard to track. I can track PRV. I can track team wholesale volume. I can track my weight. Okay. I can track how far I go on a run or how much I eat in calories. But growth, personal growth, a little bit harder to track. So today I'm going to talk to you about some ways that you can track your growth and make sure that you are growing at the right rate. So let's just pretend like all of you guys were coming to me for weight loss advice, which, by the way, that would be really hysterical. Please don't ever even think that I could help you with weight loss advice. Never. But I do know a couple of things. If I went to someone to get help with weight loss advice, there would be some things that we would have to track, right? Activity, diet, all the things, right? But yet we say in Scentsy, oh, you got to grow. You have to grow yourself in order to promote and to make more money. You know, you got to grow yourself to grow your paycheck, right? But what does that look like? And why is it so freaking confusing? And why doesn't anybody talk about all the ways that you can actually track your growth? We're going to talk about those. We're going to do an acrostic. I'm a former teacher, if you didn't pick up on that. I love acrostics. And so I made you one, just like not very super perfect, but I am passionate that every single one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters will help you grow into the very person that you want to be. And I have to tell you that the second you stop growing and stop trying to track your growth is the second that you're going to start, sadly, failing. And whether you're a superstar director, whether you are a lead consultant or whether you're in, trying to grow in your diet and your exercise and taking care of your body, or whether you're trying to grow in your marriage. I don't care what we're talking about. Growth takes you showing up every single day. Okay, so we're going to talk about some of those things. Let's start with G. The G in growth, for me, hands down, starts with being grateful. I mentor a lot of people all over the globe, and that is one of the deal breakers, if I'm being honest. One of the deal breakers to someone's growth is how much gratitude they have. The opposite of gratitude, in my opinion, might look something like entitlement, okay? So I talked to a leader. They're not doing so great in Cincy. They had a big team. They can't seem to get much retention. People fall off. They're just kind of like, they're failing. And we dig a little bit deeper and I listen to them. And I find out that throughout their entire conversation with me mentoring them, they are not grateful. Maybe they've never been grateful. I don't even know. But here's the deal. If you can't be thankful and grateful for what you have, then why in the world would God or the universe or whoever you think is in charge of things, why in the world would you think that you deserve more? Gratitude is the foundation to build upon all of the amazing things that's coming your way. And I will tell you that you may see people out there getting tons and tons and tons of what you might call milestones or growth, or wow, I don't know how they do it, but they recruited 5 people, or like what I would give to be able to make the kind of money they are. But if they don't have gratitude, I'm telling you, honey, this is a very short trip for them. And I've been in Cincy long enough to see that gratitude is the foundation for stability and for long-term success. So if you can take any advice, I'm starting out with this gratitude first. Well, because it starts with G, but also because I feel like that you can have all the success in the world, and if you do not appreciate it, bye, it's gone. And that's the same thing for pretty much anything that you want to grow. Like, let's just take a commercial break here. You're in a relationship, a good relationship, one that's going places, but yet you wake up one day and decide that you're not going to be grateful for them. The clock is ticking. It's not going to last, okay? So if we know that in our other personal side of our world, then why would we not think that it applies to our Cincy world? So here's what I want you to do. I want you right now. I want you, please do this for me. I want you to put in the comments right now one thing in your Cincy world that you're grateful for. And honey, it can be tiny, because gratitude, that's the cool thing about gratitude. It works no matter what you're grateful for. It can be that you're grateful that, what's something I would consider maybe you're grateful that you're still a Cincy consultant. You're grateful that you're on a page like this and you have leaders that will actually perform and put things and go to bat for you. Or you're grateful for the fact that Cincy came your way. Or you are grateful for your last hostess. You're grateful that, what are you grateful for? Just pick one thing. Oh, these are awesome. I'm loving them. Okay, you guys are my kind of people. You're just like, you are so grateful that you didn't have to think long and hard for what you're grateful about. This is where it starts. Every single day, I want you to meditate and think on what you're grateful for. It will change. It will change every single day. But I want you to never, ever stop trying to find things to be grateful for. And what you're going to find is as you start digging, you're going to be able to uncover some really cool things. And then I just firmly believe, and I've seen it play out so many times, that the more grateful you are, the more I believe that God or the universe or whoever you want to attribute the big picture to, you start getting more things. Okay? All right. Ready to move on? What does R stand for? Anybody want to take a guess? R stands for be real. One of the Cincy core values is authenticity. I think that's the highest compliment. When someone tells me, Laura, I just love how genuine and authentic you are, I think, woo, they just made my day, because I Never, ever, ever want to get to the point where I feel like that I can't be myself in order to grow, in order to hit a milestone or achieve success. What is success if you can't be 100% you? Now, with being real, some people sometimes misuse this, and it kind of gets on my nerves a little bit, if I'm being honest. So sometimes people will misuse real and authentic to be able to be negative. And they'll say, well, I'm just being real. No, honey, you're being negative. Sorry. Not sorry. You can be real without being negative, okay? And I don't ever want you to misuse real and raw and honest and authentic for being negative. So if you can be real and you are still maintaining positivity, that's the lane you're in. That's the lane you want to maintain. Make sense? Okay, so that's kind of like a checks and balances. Be real, but make sure that it's not causing you to be negative. Okay, moving on. Be real with yourself. You can't grow, truly grow, if you aren't being real with yourself. You wake up every single day and you say to yourself, you know what? This is where I am. And this is where I want to be. And as a superstar director that's been in this for almost 11 years, can I say almost 11 years? I still want to grow. I don't ever want to be in the place where I've arrived. I'm as good as I'll ever be. I don't need any help. I don't need any tricks. What I'm doing is working. No, I'm always seeking for what could make me stronger. I'm always searching for that something that's going to cause me to grow and be a better leader for my team, a better consultant for my customers. I want to always be looking for that next thing. And I want you to be real with yourself, because here's the thing. Denial, when you're not willing to be real with yourself, it will make you stagnant. You can't grow if you're not going to be real with yourself. And we see it every day in the real world, right? We see it every day where somebody has this huge issue or problem and they deny it, and it gets worse and it gets worse. And it's obvious to everybody that this is their problem, but they're never going to grow past that problem if they don't look themselves in the mirror and go, you know what? I need to work on that. I'm not a failure. I'm not a has-been. I'm not going to give up, but that needs to be my focus. Okay? So I do not want you to put this in the comments. Okay? But I want you to write down where, when you're real with yourself, where do you feel like that you need to grow the most? And you do not have to put this in the comments. This is real talk, okay? R is for real. And if you're being real with yourself, what part of your leadership or what part of your being a consultant do you feel like is lacking? And I want you to write it down somewhere, okay? Okay, now, my first CrossFit coach said something to me a couple of years ago that I will never forget. And he said, if you're not failing, you're not growing. So I want to ask you a question. When's the last time you failed? Now, I can give you a list of fails that I've done today, okay? But when's the last time you failed? So if you'll look back at that failure, was it the fact that you failed to do a 500 party? Or what do you guys call it? Over here it's 500. That's the threshold to get us party rewards and free shipping and stuff like that. We can get party rewards at 200, but whatever that is, like, so maybe you went and did a party and you did not get, like you didn't help the hostess get to that party. When was the last time you failed? Maybe you failed to, I don't know, like it's different for everyone else, right? When is the last time you tried something and you failed? Okay, that is where you go back to. That's where you go back to. You aren't going to grow and to thrive in any area unless you fail. Let's talk about riding a bike. Someone taught you how to ride a bike, hopefully. And the first time, I mean, unless you are some kind of like crazy, awesome person that's 1 in 1 billion, more than likely you got on your bike and you fell down at least once, right? Did you stay down? Hopefully not, probably not, right? Listen, why do you think that in your Scentsy journey, if you fail something, you think it's not for you? You tried to get a recruit. You got out of your comfort zone and you asked someone to join your team and they told you no. And then you sat back and you whined about it and you were like, oh, what am I doing wrong? Why am I such a failure? I'm never going to be able to recruit someone. No, honey, get back on that bike. You are going to ride for the rest of your life like a boss. How dare you stop just because you get a no? Okay? Someone put in the comments being failed to be paid at title. You know what? This is a huge confidence breaker. When you don't get paid at title, I have seen the effects that it has on someone's confidence, and it's real, and it's hard because you feel like that there's something wrong with you and there's something wrong with your team. But you know what? You get back on that bike, honey, and you figure it out what it is that you can do. Learn from your mistakes. I know when you're trying to ride a bike, it's all about balance. And you will not know where or how to balance until you have fallen. Until you've lost balance, you don't know how to correct the balance. Your Scentsy journey is like riding a bike. And as you do things, you won't know how to correct them until you fail at them. So be willing to fail every dang day and then get back up on the bike, because it's not going to be like that forever. Okay? All right. We got to move on. O stands for a circle. O stands for a circle, not O. This O is a circle. Okay? And it's your circle of 5. The O in growth stands for circle of 5. Are you guys familiar with that? I don't know about you, but I have a strong circle of 5. And when I look back in my Scentsy journey, those moments when I've been really thriving, those times in my Scentsy journey when I've been the most really proud of myself and I've been really doing things like been super on fire and game-changing moments. And when I look back and I think about the people that I was talking to and the people that were in my life at the time and the podcasts that I was listening to, the books that I was reading, the events that I was going to, the people I was following on YouTube and social media, yep, it makes sense. It all makes sense. And then here's the real check, okay? When I think about the times in my business when I was exhausted and discouraged and borderline a little negative, and I think about the people that were in my circle of 5, the people I was listening to, the books that I wasn't reading, the podcasts that I wasn't watching, the events that I wasn't going to. Oh my gosh, do you see a pattern? Well, I don't know, because I don't know you, but I bet you can go back into your life and you can put yourself back in that moment whenever you were the most on fire. And I bet you could look at the people that were influencing you the most. And I bet there is a really strong correlation to your results and your growth and the people that were influencing you. So I just want to say to you, when you look at the people that you talk to or listen to or read or watch or whatever you do, when you look at them right now, will you be very proud to be where they are in 5 years from now? In 2024, do you want to make the kind of money that the people, let's take the 5 people that you spend the most time listening to, reading, watching, talking to, whatever. Are you fine with their paycheck in 2024? Are you fine with their negativity in 2024? Are you fine with their marriage in 2024? Are you fine with the way that they do good and volunteer and help the community and help people? If you're not, it may be time to up your expectations. It may be time to honestly outgrow some of the people that are in your circle of 5, because honey, you're on a mission to a better you. You're on a mission to a better future. And what they say about the circle of 5 is that you can take the sum of the circle of 5 that you have right now, and that's where you're going to be in 5 years. And so if that doesn't make you real happy and proud, then you may need to take a step back. Now, let me just take one little commercial break here and tell you that I have people in my circle of 5 that make less money than me, okay? And I'm okay with that. You want to know why? Because they're in my circle of 5 for a different reason. They're in my circle of 5 because they have really strong marriages, and I think they're a flippin' awesome mama. They don't even work from home, okay? I have people in my circle of 5 that are where I want to be in 5 years for different reasons than just a paycheck. Because honestly, some people get their paycheck, but it's at the expense of their family. So I really urge you to do your homework and really find people in your circle of 5 and treat those positions very carefully. Like, I'm not saying you should have interviews for it. Like, can we set up a time to talk about whether your requirement or the requirements to be in my circle of 5? No, that's kind of weird, right? Don't do that. But seriously, you're setting up your future. Choose wisely. Okay. Hey, W, it stands for wins, small wins. Okay? Because if you can't celebrate the small wins, then more than likely you don't have the right mindset. And growth is mindset first. You aren't going to lose that last 15 or 20 or 30 pounds unless you have the right mindset. You are not going to repair your marriage and grow into a stronger relationship with your spouse unless you have the right mindset. Guys, mindset is everything. And until you know how to celebrate the small wins and to recognize the small wins, then I don't really know that you're ready for growth. Okay? So when is the last time you got really excited over a milestone? I'm not talking about winning a trip. I am not talking about hitting a promotion. I am not talking about these big, huge, like Cincy sponsored milestones. Those are great, but there's a lot of small wins that you need to accomplish before you get ready to have that big win. And we need to have a conversation, you and me right now, and we need to talk about when the last time you celebrated a small win was. Do you even know? Because I'm gonna give you some help. Lifetime PRV. When's the last time you celebrated your lifetime PRV? You get on your social media page, you make up a cute little flyer and put it in all of your customers' packages. Let them know that with their help, they helped you sell $30,000, $50,000, $100,000, or whatever. I don't know how to talk your money system. Pounds? Pounds. You know what I mean? Like, is pounds right? I don't know. You guys are probably making so much fun of me right now. But when's the last time you celebrated your best TWV ever? Where you got on your team and tagged them and you let the world know that how proud you were of your team because you had your best team wholesale volume ever. Hey, here's another one. When's the last time, oh yay, Emma Pounds is right. Woohoo! I'm not so dumb as I thought. Okay, yay, good. Okay, so when's the last time you bragged about having the best September ever? Okay, the most active in your team ever. I don't care if you have 3 people on your team. If you don't start celebrating these small wins with 3, then why in the world would you deserve to have a team of 30? If you do it small, then you will get that growth. But the problem is that you might not ever get there if you're ignoring all these small wins. Did you notice a common thread between all the wins that I just listed to you? They had to do with somebody else. It wasn't just you. See, that's the problem. We don't celebrate our wins because we say to ourselves, oh my gosh, I can't talk about that because somebody's going to think I'm bragging. Yeah, girl, brag. You got to brag. You got to celebrate, because if you don't, why should anybody be grateful to be part of your journey? But you're bragging on others. You're saying, we did this together. My customers helped me earn this trip. I get on my social media and I brag like a crazy fool, but it's not bragging on me. It's bragging on the people that helped me get where I was able to get. I've sold I'm over $600,000 in lifetime PRV. That isn't me. That's not me at all. I'm just a Cincy peddler. People have gotten me there. So when I get on social media or when I talk about my amazing team, it's not me. It's what people have been able to, what I've been able to accomplish with the help of other people. Make sense? Okay. I want you to think real fast and write down some small wins that you need to talk about. People need to know that you're growing. And if you're not showing them that you're growing in the small ways, then why should they get really excited about your big victories, right? Why should they want to be part of your journey? If your team can't get excited and rallied around where you're going, if your customers can't get excited and rallied around where you're going, then why will they want to stay loyal to you? Do you get what I'm saying? You're creating a culture, you're creating a community, and you're the head. So you celebrate the small wins. W was wins. Ready for T? T stands for team. It is not about you. It is not about you. And I need to say it again, it's not about you. Here's a real life story. Ready? My son was born. That's a real story. Really happened. I was there. My son was born and I didn't know how to change a diaper. I didn't. I had never changed a diaper before. You kind of think that's probably one of the things that you will practice before you have a baby, but dumb blonde here had never changed a diaper before. And it all was fine while people were around, you know, like the people in the hospital. My husband was good at changing diapers. My mother-in-law was, my best friend was, but then I'll never forget the first time that I was alone with my son and he had a poopy diaper and I'm like, heaven help, what am I even supposed to do? He has a dirty diaper and I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And I'd been watching people, but it was my time to shine. Like, get the doo-doo out of the kid, off the kid, right? And it was awful. You guys, I'm not even gonna lie. I'd love to tell you that I rocked it, but no. It was like a 10-minute diaper change, and he was so freaking mad, and I was so over it that I seriously thought I was gonna have a nervous breakdown. Oh my gosh, it was bad, okay? Real bad. And I would love to tell you that in that moment, I was like, I don't ever wanna do this again. But guess what? The next time he had a bad diaper, I changed it. And it got easier. And guess what? I'd love to tell you that everything that you do for your team is going to feel like a piece of cake. It's going to be your favorite thing ever. And you're going to get so much energy and passion from everything you do as a leader. That's a lie. And there are dirty diapers that you're going to have to take care of. And there are things that you're going to have to do as a team leader. I call myself Cincy Mama. Actually, someone else gave me that name and I loved it so much. And it kind of stuck and everybody started using it. And now I just love it. It's my favorite title ever. Don't call me Superstar Director. Don't call me Shining Star. Just call me Cincy Mama. I love it. But you know, it's kind of funny because as a Cincy Mama, it kind of makes me think about that dirty diaper. And whenever I wake up and I don't want to do that live for my team, or when I wake up and I don't want to do Happy Meal, or when I wake up and I don't want to, you know, help someone place an order or walk them through how to log into the workstation or whatever it is I'm doing that day, I just think to myself, you know what? Sometimes there's dirty diapers. And I'm not going to lie, I did get a lot better with changing dirty diapers, but I never enjoyed it. I never got excited to change a diaper. I never did. But yet, why did I do it? Same reason we all do. We love who we're serving more than we love our comfort zone. And if Luke, at 12 years old, had a dirty diaper and couldn't change it himself, I'd get back in there and I'd do it all over again. This is not about you. This is not about you. It's about them. And it's time for you to put your big girl panties on. Am I talking to any guys right now? I have lots of guys in my team, in my group. And so, sorry guys, you got to change diapers too. Okay? So you just get out of your comfort zone and you love the people that you get to serve and you do what they need because it's the right thing to do. Okay? And then one day you're going to notice that they don't need their diaper changed. And you've done what you needed to and you've helped them grow and now they can go to the bathroom on their own. They're potty trained. And guess what? Before too long, they're going to be changing somebody else's diaper because you put the time in as their Cincy Mama in the beginning. So you change the diapers while you need to change the diapers and help them grow into the amazing kid that they're going to be, the Cincy kid. And then they're going to turn into a Cincy teenager. And then they're going to be a Cincy Mama themselves, changing diapers for their kids. That is the story of life, and that is the story of Cincy. Okay? So you're not allowed to whine about the dirty diapers anymore. Deal? Okay. Last one, H stands for hustle. I want you to hustle. I want you to hustle and repeat and show your team how to hustle. Do you know that as a superstar director and as a just leader in Cincy, I'd love to say that I'm an influencer. I'd love to say that. I don't know that I am, but it sounds fancy. I'd love to say that I help people because I so freely try my best to share whatever I can to make them grow. Even when it means sharing my most embarrassing moments and all the things, okay? But you know what? Time after time after time, what I hear that leaders, that lead consultants, that essential consultants want, they don't want a 9-point outline. They don't want you to create a document or a flyer for them. They just want to see what you're doing. A day in the life of. They just want you to live your journey in front of them. They're not asking you to know everything. Well, there may be a few people that ask you to know everything. They are crazy. Just know that, okay? If they think that you're supposed to know anything, just know that they probably are crazy. You will never know everything, and that's okay. But what they do want you to do is to be open, honest, communicate with them, and just show them what you're doing. Are you good at parties? Show them. Do you love fundraisers? Show them. Do you make samples? Go live while you make samples. Because you know what? You learned how to walk because somebody showed you how to walk. You watched people walk and you wanted to walk. And then there was somebody in your corner encouraging you to walk as a baby. Your team will not ever be able to run in their Cincy journey until you show them how to walk and crawl. And I'm not even gonna lie, there's leaders all over the world that I mentor that get so stinking negative on their team, like nobody wants this like I want it, and everybody is just fine with mediocre, and nobody wants to hustle. Well, when is the last time that you showed them you in action? You know what I mean? Like, it is okay to go live doing the most minuscule, small, tiny things. They need to see your habits. They need to see you going live, at a home party or at an event, or making samples or Happy Meal, or even placing an order. You don't have to show them the whole process, but you need to take a picture of yourself. One of my favorite things to do for my team and for my directors is to, in my director's page and in my team page, they're separate pages. I will just sometimes, every now and then, maybe once a month, maybe less, I'll just get on there and I'll say, "What you doing today?" And I love it. I love it so much because it inspires people it inspires different behavior when you show people what you're doing. So for instance, if I know that my team's not doing a lot of events, then I know that maybe I haven't talked about events enough, and maybe I need to take a picture of my event setup, or maybe I need to, go live from an event and walk them through how I got ready for it. Maybe I need to, focus more on showing them me in action if I'm not happy with it. So right now, wherever you are, I mean, not if you're driving, that would be terrible. But when you can, I want you to write down something that you feel like your team struggles in. It can be anything. It can be recruiting. It can be sales. It can be organization. It can be anything. Write it down. Because honey, I'm here to tell you that more times than not, what you just wrote down may be what you have not shown them enough of. You doing it. Okay? And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to put a small little commercial break in here real quick and tell you that there are some things in Cincy that I just am not good at. And I have just been okay with the fact that I will never be a master in that area. And so you know what I do? I do my best. I show them how I fail. I let them know that, I tried this today and look how ugly it is. Or, oh my gosh, I tried this and I suck at it so bad. But you guys, I'm not going to give up. I am going to get better. But every now and then, I will find someone that's good at that area that I know that I am really naturally terrible at. I will find a leader in Cincy or someone that I feel like is passionate and good and authentic at that particular thing, and I will trade a training with them. And I'll say, "Hey, will you train my team on, how to, I don't even know what it would be. Will you train my team on analytics? That's hard. That's way over my pay grade. Will you train my team on analytics? Because I know there's a place for them, and I've really tried my best to grow myself in this area, but I know you're the master at it. And if you'll train my team on that, what can I train your team on? And more times than not, get this, okay? Someone that is not good in an area that I'm good at, you know what I'm saying? How do I say this? When I find my polar opposite, someone that's really good in all the brainiac stuff like Excel spreadsheets and all those kind of things, when they're good at that, guess what I'm good at? I'm good at design and decor and making good, like graphics and knowing how to put colors together and make cute packages and grab bags and stuff like that. I love that. It's passionate. I'm passionate about it, and I feel like I create good stuff there. And more times than not, when I'm reaching out to someone that's good in an area that I'm bad at, I find that Laura is good at an area that they suck at. We complement each other. And so I want you to think about whatever it was that you wrote down. And if it truly is, if you've, first of all, done your part to grow yourself there, because you need to show your team that you're trying. Because if not, then they'll just think that whatever they're not good at the first time, they're just never going to try it again. Like riding a bike. If they just say, oh, well, my director doesn't do team meetings because she says she sucks at them and she's just not going to do them. Well, then you're giving them permission to not do the hard things too. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, but you set that up. And you want them to see you push through hard things, because H stands for hustle. So growth was grateful, G. Real is the R. The O is really a circle for circle of 5. The W stands for wins. Celebrate the small, tiny wins. T was for team. It's not all about you. Remember we talked about the diaper? Yeah. H stands for hustle. Get your hustle on. Grow yourself as much as you can in that area, and then show them your hustle. And then bring in people to complement and to help you grow your team in areas that you don't hustle, but don't do it. Don't just be a taker. Make sure you're a giver and offer up a free, trade out for their training. Okay. So that is growth as born in my brain. I mean, literally, I've never seen this written out, but as I was looking at this word growth, there were certain things that just stuck out to me that were important and maybe even essential to be able to grow. Okay, so I've taken up enough of your time. I know it's super late there. I hope and pray that something that I said today will help you grow, but I can't bring growth to you. Only you can. You can take nuggets of things that you heard today. Maybe you need to start and focus on the G. Maybe you need to start and focus on the circle of 5, the O. And guess what? Here's the deal. I just need you to know this last thing. Right now, what's stunting your growth may be the G or the W. And as you grow, there may be certain other things that come to light. So keep this acronym handy and pull it out and really check yourself and see which one of these 6 things you might be failing at the time, because it may be totally different next spring. The areas that's stunting your growth may be totally different. I love you guys. I cannot wait to hear your success stories. You got to make me a promise. Shoot me a Facebook message as you start to grow and as you start to apply some of these things. I want to hear about it. Okay. You guys have a great night. Bye, you guys.